Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Coudert Clubhouse. Spring session. That means that we all feeling good, getting extra hours, and it also means that I got staff members I can talk to. So they have a little time in their hands, and I'll bring them up here. So we have a couple of honored guests today. So let's see. We're gonna introduce yourselves from my left to my right, I guess. Just give us your name and your titolo, your title. We'll start. This is my left. I pointed at you as I said it. So please give me your name.
My name is Francesca Velez.
She's the bomb. I dropped the bomb on her. I've been trying for like a year and a half to get her here. It's easier to get her father here than to get her.
I can't.
Go ahead, Francesca. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
Yes, I am Francesca Velez. I'm the program director here at the Coudert Clubhouse.
Okay. I saw her dressed up for President's Dinner, looking nice. And next, who's here?
My name's Amanda St. John.
Amanda's not talking to the microphone. Amanda's like,
Well, what about now?
There you
now
go.
you sound wonderful.
All right, yeah, I'm Amanda, and I'm the Sonic program director at our Randall Clubhouse.
Randall Clubhouse. Sonic, no relation to the movie, right? That just came out?
No,
Okay,
not at
just
all.
checking. Hey, people want to know. People want to know. I ask the questions that people want to know. So I know that pretty soon in your program, we're going to be doing podcasts over there. It's not going to be a competition, but it's going to be a branch out of what we already do here, which will be kind of cool because anytime that we could, a co-podcast and stuff like that, it's going to be fun. So what so far have you been doing in your program over there?
Mostly we've been talking about what podcasts are and how to have interesting conversations that other people would want to be listening to, and narrowing down topics. And
So we're basically talking about people. That's what we're doing.
yeah,
So we're talking about people behind their back, and then we put it on the internet.
yeah,
That's
talking
the way
about
we do
people,
it.
talking about the kids and things that they would be talking about with their friends, but recording it.
Yeah, and highlighting them and
Yeah.
giving them a chance to, be kids and at the same time learn a new craft. Learn how to use communication instead of,
Texting.
something else.
Yeah.
Well, texting, yeah. You, Miss Francesca, so I know you recently come back from a very special moment in your life. And, it was wonderful to see that and to see you grow and all that. Just give us a little bit of what's happening with you.
Yeah, you could do a birthing story.
I
Ooh,
cannot.
I was telling her birthing stories. So you could
There's
imagine.
a whole podcast called
That
Birth
is
Stories.
so true. So I just came off of maternity leave. Well, that was like 2 months ago. Yeah. So
That's my audience clapping for you.
thanks. Yes, so I have a 7-month-old at home. So it's been great. I love her. She's growing so fast.
They do. And then they
Barely
stop too.
sleeping. It's been difficult, but a challenge that I absolutely love and hate.
So all the things that I told you, has anything come true about kids? Or most of them. You could say now, Mr. Ish, you were absolutely right.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Thank you. That's all I need to hear. I need to.
Sure.
I need to just shout out myself. I have so many stories I've had where she was like, "No way, it can't be." I have 3 kids.
What's one of the things he was right about?
Diapers, probably.
Yeah, a lot of diapers.
Diapers is
Lots
serious
of
business.
diapers. Lots of. I think also like it's one of the most rewarding and challenging things that you could go through. Like it's the biggest oxymoron. I feel like because it's
Yeah, it's so hard.
Are you a parent?
No.
She said it real quick.
I mean,
parents people that are not
she's
parents, they say it
not,
real
but
fast.
she has a nephew.
Okay.
and
I do,
he's
an
like-
8-month-old nephew. So.
Yeah, we're like
I could tell you that-
arranging marriage over here.
I could tell you that my challenge as a parent is any time that my kids are sick.
Yeah,
Because as
so
a parent, you can't control it. You want to be sick for them. Like you want to take anything that puts side eyes and blowing the nose. You want to take all that away from them, and you rather it be you. So as a parent, that's absolutely challenging for me. And then getting along with them. Everyone has a different personality. So getting along with anybody, even my kids, that's your mother. That you me. But you kind of see who's on your side. That's the way I say it. Who's on your side in the house. So parenting is a thing it brings you a lot of joy, and it could bring you a lot of headaches too.
Yep.
And then we work in the field that we work with kids too, so we don't get away from it.
That's why I don't have kids, I like to go home
Best
and leave them at
birth
work.
control, right?
I work in a school, then I come here, and I have my own kids.
You just love
and
them.
and hell yeah, they make money for me.
Yeah.
Those little kids make money for me. But besides that, it's wonderful. I didn't think I would be I would be a parent to 3 children, but it's
How old were you when you had your first kid?
27.
Oh.
So 27. I had Isaiah. He's 24 now. You could do the math. Unless you're doing the new math that they're teaching in these schools. If you're doing that new math, you just
I love that math, actually.
You do?
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I wish I had been taught that way.
Really?
No. So we could have a podcast about that.
Gives numbers actual value.
You know, when they taught us math, it was a lot of memorizing.
Yeah.
It was, and a lot of ways that they wanted you to do it. So that's where I come from. I don't like the new math. I was in a math club, so I also like the right answer.
Yeah.
I don't like to be probable.
Yeah.
Like it's this. I see that you did the work towards this, but that's not the answer. I don't work like that. You know, I don't want you to guess on my paycheck. I want you to know my hours. I want you to know what I'm supposed to get paid. I want to know what my taxes are. I want the right amount. Not, let me ballpark this. I don't work with that.
Yeah.
So that's when my math,
That's why I
math
hate math.
Wait, why though? Is that what it is?
It's some of it's
probable right
probability.
now?
Some of it is just they want to see the action. They want to see like
You
you
still
do.
need to go to the right.
Right,
answer, though.
yeah.
But they'll give you credit for all that other
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah,
like
which
for your
I
extra
No,
work?
with just the work that you've
Yes,
done.
you
You
can show
get,
the
like,
work.
Yeah, which
credit
you
for it?
should.
Yeah,
Because that's why I
you
hated
can show the
Right.
work and not get the right answer.
But
I'm from the you have to get the right answer to get credit.
Me too, and that's why I was so bad at math.
Right,
because I
I
would do
agree.
it all out, and I would mess up like one
Yeah.
number, and then
And
my
it
answer
Messes
would
the whole
be
thing.
wrong.
Yeah.
So I understand it, and it opens it up, and people, obviously for test scores is better. But I just learned that
Yeah,
way,
it's
so it's
horrible.
kind of
It's all
hard.
about like tens and knowing that like a one can represent.
Right.
Yeah.
So during the pandemic, it was hard
at
teaching it.
Me too.
Like during the
when
pandemic,
you became
it
a
was
teacher.
it was hard. I'll call my math teacher. I'll be like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Like, could you tell me a couple
Your
of things?
math teacher, or your
Like,
kids' math
you
teacher.
No,
know,
my
the
math
high
teacher
school-
from my
you gotta
school.
Be calling your kids' math.
I know,
teacher.
but sometimes it's hard to communicate because they have certain classes at
Right.
certain times. It's easy to reach my math teacher.
Oh, your school that you work at.
The school I
thought
work
you
at,
meant,
and I'll be like,
from when you were in high
and
school.
from my high school.
Yeah.
I hope he's
Like-
alive.
Like enrolling in his
Yeah,
grade.
I hope he's
I don't know
alive.
if you would be able to help with it.
So I'll call him and I'll be like, it was Mr. Ramos. I'll be like, Mr. Ramos, my daughter's doing this math. I don't know what's going on. You have a minute? And he'll go through it with me and or with my wife, and we'll figure it out. But it was really difficult. And then teaching 2 different things. At 2 different times. So that was kind of hard. So pretty much this is what a podcast is about. It's an easy conversation. That's why I don't like
I don't
having
like
set
this.
questions.
I like set questions.
Yeah, me too.
No,
I'd like
you know what it is? I think that
That's what I'm
sometimes
saying. Like it doesn't have to be robotic. It's just like, okay, I'm prepped in my head about what's like I know what to expect. So then when I'm here, I don't feel like all this pressure.
maybe it's easier for me to just talk about
Yeah, well,
anything.
you just like to talk. Period.
That's true.
You have a
why.
very good podcast voice.
Oh, thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
So
don't.
you see how it turned on when I put the mic?
Yeah.
It just
It's
turns on
impressive.
totally different. And I do have a lot of holes. That's the secret. I eat a lot of cough drops
Interesting.
because I talk a lot.
Yeah.
And even when I'm not supposed to talk a lot, I talk a lot.
The podcast I listened to with you and the kids, you guys were talking about cockroaches
Oh, yeah,
being
yeah.
in chocolate and coffee.
Come on.
And I thought
Come
that
on.
was a good topic.
Yeah, we had one not too long ago about animals that we were trying to save. Right? They were trying to save all these animals. And then the next conversation was animals that we eat. And I was like, yo, this podcast is going from one side to,
I mean, those are part of the same topic.
showing the puppy on television and he's all sad and you feel bad for dogs. And then the next conversation is like, have you ever had a crocodile? Have you ever had, a spider or something like that? So it jumps around. But it's fun. You also have to, as a host, you have to kind of control where things are going.
Totally.
And that's a
Keep it
gift
appropriate.
that is a special thing. So, jumping in and out the conversation is
Do you let the kids guest host ever?
yeah, we have one, Ashley. She used to guest host a couple of times. We've had some that are very good, and then we have some that know what to do and know how to use the board and everything, but they're just boring.
Yeah.
And the questions are not like, they'll just be like, Miss Francesca, what have you ever had a dog? and then she'll say something about her dog or that she never had one, and then there's no follow up.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Have you ever had a dog?"
Yeah.
And no, Miss Francesca, why haven't you had a dog? You have a house, right? Do you not like dogs?
I had
Is
a
it this?
dog.
So that'll be the conversation.
We gave it away.
So, why did you give it away? Because you don't want responsibility.
No,
So-
because
Because it was going to eat the baby.
no,
I did that to my dog.
she actually loves
dog.
dogs.
Really?
She does.
Yeah. I mean, most babies do.
Yeah,
Charlie's obsessed with
we
dogs.
just introduced her to her first dog over the weekend.
Oh, well, would you like to introduce her to Loba?
Yeah.
Please.
I don't know who Loba. I want to know
Loba's
Loba.
my dog.
I don't have a dog now. My kids are dying for a dog. I have a cat. Her name is Ariel. She's also female, so I'm the only male in the house. But I had a dog named Polo, and I loved this dog. He was a big Rottweiler. And my son was born, and so he was fine with the dog, and he was actually fine with my stepdaughter, and she used to ride him and eat food with him and all that stuff, and it wasn't a problem. But he growled at my baby.
And
He
that
gave
was
me that
it.
and I dropped my plate and I took him right to the HPCA, and I said, "You have a new dog." And they were like, "No, it's gonna cost $280." And I
Well,
was,
that's also
Yell
why
at
I don't
him.
have babies.
they were like, "It's gonna cost $280." And I'm gonna tell you honestly, I don't think they're gonna look for me now. But I was like, "I don't have $280 to give you for this dog." And they were like,
The
"Well,
ASPCA said
yes,
that?
because they're so big, and they didn't want to take a big dog, so I tied them up right to the front of the door."
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I put my license plate
Don't
down.
have this conversation with Amanda. She'll smack.
No, he wasn't in danger, but he had to stay there.
That's tragic for that dog.
No,
You're
he
his
wasn't. He
family.
got in there. Believe me, he got
Still,
it. He got
you
into
are
the
his
ASPN.
yeah,
family.
you
I understand that,
abandoned him.
but it
Have a
was him or my
traumatic
kid.
Experience.
Yeah.
I know that's the
So
thing.
that's the
Everyone has
problem.
babies, and their dogs become not
Vicious.
their baby anymore.
It was him
No,
or my
they
kid.
just
and
don't
he
get
had to
Don't
any
go.
you just have to
love.
learn how to
But people just people
they
who are
think it-
obsessed with their dog. Then they have a baby, and then their dog is like, Psh, "What is that?"
And I've had
And it's so
when I had
dog.
I think when Isaiah first started growing up, I had a pit bull, a Rottweiler, and a German Shepherd.
Wait,
I have no
so
problem
you
with
would
dogs.
probably say it would be best to get a dog after you have kids, right? Okay,
Because then
I
it
want a
doesn't
dog.
change the world for the dog.
that's true.
and the dog grows up with the kid also.
I want a
So-
Great Dane.
All right, you're getting out of control now.
Yeah, Great Danes are wild. They are
But
not
they're
supposed to be alive.
beautiful.
Yeah, but they also have hip
Yeah,
displacements.
everything is wrong with them. They die
I
when they're
heard that.
7 too.
Yeah, I
Same
heard
thing with
that.
Rottweilers.
Not a natural thing.
Yeah.
But why?
It's a bred human man-made creation.
You have to remind you how big that dog is. As soon as it sits wrong, it starts messing up with their hips, and they
My
have
dog has hip
hip
problems,
problems.
too.
My dog, I made sure that he sat like this or laid down completely, because that's one of the things that happen with these big dogs, especially with
But I want a
these
big
muscular
dog.
breeds and all that stuff.
What
you
about
can
a
get big
cane-
dog,
cane
a cane
corso,
Those are the
right?
best. Yeah.
Okay.
Or just get a just get a golden retriever.
No,
they grow
too much
and they
hair.
get big.
Yeah,
Or
don't get that.
something like that.
Boring. Get a pit bull. They're the best.
I know
dogs.
Yeah,
that
they're
too.
cute
They
too.
Such
are.
lovers.
They are good. What about
But-
those English bulldogs now? They're like mini
Like the
bombs.
smush face?
Yeah, they're a little smush,
No,
but they're
those
like
are also bad. Those are
Yeah?
also man-made.
What?
They cannot breathe.
Oh yeah,
that's
the
true.
Not supposed to
pugs,
look like that. Yeah.
not
they
the
die
pugs, not the
so-
pugs.
the Frenchies.
And yeah, no.
Yes.
Also
This
no.
this podcast became a dog podcast now.
The dogs are supposed to look like wolves. And if they don't, someone made it in a factory.
All right. So you mean a poodle's not a good dog? What about a Yorkie?
I mean, that's a good question actually. Poodles?
Cause there's big poodles,
They
there's
kind of
toy
look like
poodles, there's
wolves.
little poodle. Yes.
Yeah, but where are poodles?
mean, huskies
People
are-
don't
huskies are
have poodles
beautiful.
anymore. My dog is
That's-
half pit bull, half husky.
Oh, huskies are beautiful. But I had one when I was young,
That's
and
my dog.
and it was hairy. Oh, that's a cute dog.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Yeah, and they're really hairy. I don't even want to tell you about my dogs or my pets. Francesca, I had this conversation with you before, right?
What?
About my uncle and my pets.
No.
All right, I'm gonna give you a sad story now.
Wait, hurry,
Oh,
make
no.
it.
All right,
Sad,
real quick,
sad
real.
dogs, sorry, yeah.
No,
need
real
to
quick, real
go.
quick. So I had pets when I was young. One of them being a rabbit. My uncle came from Puerto Rico, and I went to school, and my uncle decided to make a stew.
He killed your dog?
No, he killed my rabbit. This guy was born in the mountains of
don't
Puerto
have-
Yeah, I
Puerto
would've been
Rico.
out of this room if
Nah,
you
this
said
guy
his
was
uncle
born.
put his dog
He
in
was
a
born
stew.
like in the mountains of Puerto Rico, like
No,
you know.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
understandable.
Okay, but this is not understandable. He did it once.
How'd he kill the rabbit? Do you know?
I don't know what he did, but I know he definitely skinned it because the skin was outside my balcony, like drying. And then for many years, it was always like on top of my television. I didn't realize that was my rabbit skin.
Ooh, yeah, that's
So he did that. years passed. I had a turtle. Guess what? I went to school. Guess what happened after that? He ate my turtle.
For turtle stew.
For turtle stew.
That's disgusting.
So it was some drama for me. So I was like, I don't ever want him to come from Puerto Rico. I felt that he always ate my pets, and I didn't want to be around them. So I always had a fear for him, and I didn't want no more pets after that. So, and then my mother didn't like cats. I was always, playing baseball in the streets and being a boy, so I didn't have time for these pets. Right. So when I got older, I got
children
polo.
Children rarely do have time for pets.
You calling me a children?
No, but back in the day.
Oh, back in the day. I swear I was an adult at that time.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to get out of here because you guys got to do some work, and I think I got to go home. So thank you for being in my podcast. Yeah, it might be a trial. I might put it up. I don't know.
You cannot.
Why not?
Amanda.
Excuse me.
Why not?
You have to put it up.
I'm pretty sure.
What else are we doing here?
We didn't say nothing bad.
I think we did.
No, we didn't.
In
my mind.
I said I stand by.
No, but plus that in my mind I could edit anything anyhow.
No,
but I don't have to edit.
Put it up straight.
No, straight just like this. I'll hook up your voice a little bit.
I
You want to
want my
sing a little
voice
before
hooked
we
You want to
end?
give us an outro or something?
Oh,
All right, we're out of here.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
At least I got her to come to a podcast. Now it's going up tomorrow. Stay tuned.